So a while back, I finished XY on Netflix, and so to celebrate it and hype up the new game Pokemon Legends EA. Sorry, I'm here to talk about why I love the Pokemon XY anime. It's been my favorite anime for a while, and I thought I'd share why I love it today. So without further ado, let's get started. Well, before we start, let's get one thing clear. Some people out there may disagree with me and say XY is not the best. Some might even say it's the worst. Where some people may say it's overhyped or whatever else. But this is my video and this is my opinion. You can say all you want, do whatever you want, but 3 words for you: I don't care. Now that's cleared up. Now let's get into the video. Starting off, we have our main characters: Ash, Serena, Clement, and Bond. All 4 of them are fun, likable, and just so great. Ash is absolute epic. Serena is a great main character, and Clement and Bonnie are really fun and sweet duo. And they all go through great arcs and some development as characters and as friends. And especially Ash. The arc he goes through Ash Greninja is totally epic. And speaking of which, the next thing are their Pokemon. All their Pokemon, everyone is amazing and iconic in their own way. You got Ash's team with Pikachu, who was obviously there for obvious reasons. He's Greninja, who's easily Ash's best member of this team. The whole arc he has, the whole story, his entire story as a whole, just amazing, beautiful. There's one part, of course, we don't talk about. We'll get to that later. Although you can Talonflame is an awesome regional bird. Hawlucha, I love him. I flippin' love this guy. Mwah. He's incredible. From his arc, his personality, his big little brother bond with Noivern, heck, his design in general. I just love it. And yes, I saw a Legends EA trip with Mega Hawlucha, and I absolutely think it's really cool. Although I really wish they introduced this back here. Like, seriously, no offense, but how come none of the Gen 6 ones got Mega Evolutions? That would have been an easy way to give Ash Megas. And honestly, I'm fine with Ash Greninja. As for Ash's 2 dragons of this series, they're both great, personality and design wise, but honestly, win rate rise, they both kind of stunk. Good. But honest, we'll get to some. Let's go to Serena's. The hurts. Well, she only had 3 Pokemon, but all 3 of them were fun and memorable in their own ways. Like Breaks, and Pancham, and Sylvan had a great dynamic and personality in arcs. See? And we have Clement's Pokemon. His team's also pretty fun too. Bunnelby's icon. Clement even made figure his team and looked her at a pretty emotional backstory. And Chespin, well, he was mostly just there for comic relief. Yeah, but he was still fun, somewhat, most of the time. Okay, maybe not. Oh, you know what I mean. And finally, Dedenne. Let's be fair. It's totally more Bonnie's than his. But then honestly, Bonnie and Dedenne make an adorable pair. They'll make a great duo. They'll make a great duo as a trainer someday. Next, we gotta talk about the battles. Yes, the battles in XY are easily one of the high points. And from the action, animation, into these awesome versus screens that play, regular battles, gym battles, or even league battles, the battles in XY are absolutely incredible. I love them. And like I say right here, they have these awesome versus screens. Just do Sun and Moon, Journeys, or Horizons have those? Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, next we have the villains. Okay, this is an interesting topic. Team Rocket are still here, and they're not as bad as... they're definitely still a bit pains. They do have their good episodes, though, I won't lie. And Team Flare and Lysander, now they're a different story. Introducing the Mega Evolution Special and play a bigger role in the 3rd season of X4. Why? They're dangerous, they're tough, and they're not to be taken lightly. Speaking of which, the Mega Evolution Specials. Y'all be blunt, I haven't seen all of them in their entirety. They look really cool, but I just never got around to it. Please don't hurt me for this. I don't. Because I promise you, I don't hate them. But they're a great introduction to Alon and Team Flares I brought up earlier. And I really do think they're awesome. I'll finish them sometime in the future, I promise. And next we go on to the rivals. Honestly, the rivals in XY are mostly good. Like, for example, Ash has Sawyer along on Tierno and Trevor to an extent. Obviously, Sawyer and Alon are great rivals, and both of their some great respective arcs. Tierno's fun. He's a fun guy. I really like him, and he's kind of a love rival for Ash. You want to come worshipping, kind of, but not really. But anyway, well, Ash questioned his own battling style. Trevor was just barf. It's hard. No, he was lame. He was lame. It's cool. You got in the game making Charizard and all, but you did not make it. You were, let's be fair, you were not making it past. But if you didn't have to face Alon in the first round, I highly doubt he was going to get past at least the top 16. 16. And let's go to Arena. Her rivals were Shauna, Miette, Aria, and what was it? Oh yeah, Nini. Anna and Miette were both pretty good rivals for Serena. Shauna introduced showcased the Serena, and Mia was a fun rival. It's a fun rival Serena had interesting dynamics with Anne. And of course, there's a whole love rival thing for Ash. Aria was, and she really kind of as a rival. Like, she was more of a old suit. And Nini was just boring. Honestly, all the games of these, especially with the XY rivals, yeah, Sean and Tierna were great, but Trevor was just bad all around. Boring. Anyway, next week, the theme songs. I absolutely love the theme songs, both English and Japanese. He's on all of. I can't remember. I told him once I'm listening to all of them. They're great, catchy, and just awesome all around. Next, we have showcases. Serena's goal for this series. I'll be blunt. I don't hate showcases. I actually find them pretty fun. But the criticisms they've been getting, I definitely agree. The injuries way too late. Could have done a bit more, and work kind of just contest 2.0. But just no bad. You just have to do the performance. They are really cool. And some of the best animation XY is seen there. It's just they're just kind of quick. Personally, I had an idea. An idea I had is maybe introduce them earlier and have a performer have to win 4 keys instead of just 3. That's just my take on it. Or my opinion, you know what I mean. Anyway, next is glow up characters. It's like previous series. They do a great job of showcasing massive glows in the game. Like the gym leaders. They're easy example. Clement obviously because he travels with Dash, but everyone else, all the other gym leaders and yes, the Elite Four and Champion are all massively better than they are in the games. Wickstrom and Drasna are a bit of an interesting case considering Ash never meets them until Journeys. Wick's only got a preview in one movie, but they're still XY characters, and I will admit they were pretty good in what they did in Journeys, mostly Wick. But honestly, everyone else is a major glow. Limbio who's seeing the future. Ash losing the wolf. Ash's arc of they're losing the wolf rig. Ramos is fun. Karina had a whole little mini arc. By their careers, honestly, they're great characters. I'm told to meet them in real life. Next, we have XYZ. Honestly, the final season of XY it's honestly the craziest and most epic. Everything goes crazy. Everything's nuts and insane. It's just awesome all over. From Ash Greninja, the Team Flare arc, Ash and Alon meeting, mostly everything about all the important stuff about this season was awesome and incredible. Speaking of which, next is the Team Flare arc. Honestly, easily the best arc in the entire Pokemon anime. From the build-up of the Mega Evolution specials, carry over to the XYZ anime, to the actual with the way it goes. Honestly, this arc was absolutely incredible. But I do have some criticisms. One thing I definitely find weird is that the rest of the Elite Four were just kind of not there. It was just Malva and Diantha. Not that I'm against it. Also, I was looking back. It would have been cool if Sora was there. I don't really care for the XY that much. I'm totally fine with them just staying behind the hell, but I totally think Sora should have been part of the action. Yeah, he's part of them. Other than those 2 issues, though, this arc is honestly incredible, and I do not see the future series surpassing it. But that goes for you too, Horizon. Sorry. Actually, no, Horizon. You might have the chance to pass this surpass it, but only slightly. This arc will always be number one for me. Next, this is an interesting topic. Filler. No, the filler episodes in XY are honestly kind of mixed. I don't mean they're terrible. As you can see here, these are good filler episodes. At least ones I find are good. The kindergarten cast episode, which the Karina mini arc, the Sky Battle, was the Cave of Mirrors, the summer camps, the Bonnie and Tyrantrum episode, the Bumblebee backstory, Under the Pledging Tree, entry the episodes battling at full volume, the episodes with the Moltres and Zapdos. And the Sampe episodes, those are really fun, enjoyable filler episodes that I enjoy. On the complete opposite side of the coin, we of course also have the bad filler, or mid filler. With Love Strikes TV Yikes, the Autono episode. So whatever this one was, I don't remember. Remember the Lilio episode I didn't care about, sibling drama, whatever the Toxic Breloom, I think. I don't remember that one. If these are just filler episodes I either didn't like or didn't care enough to watch. However, Gudra's episode is an interesting case. Interesting. I feel like this episode was kind of wasted. They should have done two things: either have an actual sweet reunion with Gudra, or reunite and have it end with Gudra rejoining Ash's team. But the other way ruined, but I feel like it would have made things be a bit more better. But Gudra should reunite with Ash at the. Next, we have the Kalos League. And yeah, this is definitely interesting. The league is definitely bad with pay. And we start off in the first. For example, Trevor and Alon was bad. I mean, Mega Charge the X vs. Y was cool, but let's see for Alon was easily gonna wreck Trevor and Oprah. After the battle, this punk rock dude. It was sad. After him, we could have easily had this having out of the league. Also, we see Ash kind of own his Ash Greninja. But honestly, I'm not really mad that they skipped his battle. Well, I was like, Ash wasn't going to lose in the first round. And let's be fair, it's Ash Greninja. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he swept his trainer like Alon did. Or opponent like a. But yeah, after that, I really. Yeah, like a lot, but I did not like how they just skipped all the way to the quarterfinals. In fact, they skipped a totally cool battle Ash could have had with Astrid. With a sort of makeup. At least semi-makeup, or him losing to her back in the Beyonce movie, if you count that as canon. And Zach actually kind of made a video on that, so go check that out. But anyways, of course, where the battles were Sawyer versus Alon, those battles were awesome and epic in every way, shape, and form. Well, of course, was the background for the Kalos League, but yeah, it still would have been nice if we had at least two more episodes in between. Into a League of His Own and Viable Experience for All, where we actually saw the characters advance to the next rounds. Maybe you can skip the second round, maybe go to the third and fourth rounds, and then if I could have in the next episode. But yeah, if we could have at least see the characters climb up to the ranks of the finals, and then we're ending things off with the ending. Now let's be blunt. These episodes aren't actually, I'm rephrase that. But the top two aren't terrible. The last one is. Yeah, you can probably figure out why, but I'm going to explain anyway. Sorry for the pauses. I had to clear my throat. But anyway, this episode wasn't terrible. Like, it was the aftermath of the Team Flare, and everything's getting better. But like, Clem rebuilding Clemba was not, at least fully rebuilding him was not okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, yeah. Look, it should have been a slow build back to rebuild, like Tails and Cosmo back in Sonic X. Rebuilding him right after they killed him off of the Team Flare, it kind of ruins the emotional moment Clement had. And Serene, honestly, Zach put it perfectly. All this development just for us to get another coordinator, because that's you should have done. We should just had her doing contests in the beginning, or just have her introduce showcases in other regions, and then have her because that way you can still have her meet May and Don, and they can all get along. How showcases and contests are different but similar. I feel like that would make it easier. And finally, what we can all agree, a lot of us can agree, is absolutely the worst thing, releasing this episode right here. What was the point? This episode was stupid because it ruins the ending. Kudra again. We don't normally. He talks about that, but this, by some of those leftover vines in the League Team Flare arc are left over, and it's absolutely stupid. Anyway, since Zoroza was a cause of it, but then he's arrested, and the vines are still a thing. And apparently, they say Greninja is the only one who can see and stop them, so he leaves Ash in order to protect Kalos. Now, some people defended this. Is apparently by saying Greninja's whole thing is that he's a hero and all that garbage. But like, even so, oh, this is stupid. How can these two Zygardes not detect some of those from their own power? Right, that's absurd and stupid. Also, how's Greninja able to see when he's not in the actual Greninja form anymore? This is dumb. This was terrible. Like seriously, right? Just say Greninja wasn't gonna come with Ash to Alola, because this was dumb and unnecessary. We did not need this. That team, besides, both Zygardes teamed up and already did everything perfect. Wrapped it up perfectly, getting rid of all the fun. We did not need this. This episode did not need to be a thing. Honestly, Zonala did it perfectly in his rewrite of the XYM. This episode, you could have the episode like scrap this and have Clem be the one to battle that random trainer. Have Serena just go to another region where she finds some more showcases of their Kalos and just cut this episode entirely. So that and do what I said earlier, have the Guja reunion episode would have ended with Guja actually rejoining Ash. This way, Ash was on his entire team. We don't pull this nonsense. Now we can end this off with the final episode. Because let's be honest, we're not counting the Legend of X, Y, and Z or that episode where Serena, Clement and Bonnie meet silent. We're not counting those. So we compete again as the final episode of XY. And honestly, this was absolute beautiful. It was perfect. It was incredible. Everything perfectly. Everything perfectly. Saying goodbye to all of our main characters. There are sweet moments between Bonnie and Dedenne. And Clement and Ash having one final battle. Remember seeing the very first one they had? Serena with the smooching thing. Just ending it off with flashbacks. Little images of where everyone is now. In that final message as Ash walks into his house and to our own way. It was beautiful. I loved it. I love it. But anyway, yeah, that's the end. This is the many reasons I'm not sure you may have heard some of my opinions on somewhere else, but yeah, this is why I love the XY and why it will always be my favorite anime in my heart. The other series may do things better. Everybody even say Horizon is your favorite, but this is my favorite anime and it will stay this way for a long time. And for me, it will stay this way for a very long, unless some other series comes up that somehow surpasses it, which I heavily do. XY is my favorite anime, and it will stay my favorite. Okay, just for a fun one, but I also enjoy the XY games, or at least the main game, and the post games will. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and see you all in the next one. Bye.